8 subscribers, let's go. All right, welcome to my video where I share with you as a 27-year-old physicist PhD with tons of student debt how I'm gonna work through my student loans and improve my life to achieve the things I want. Oh my God, I sound like that guy that's like, I'm gonna be smoking a cigarette at 3 p.m. in the park and drinking beer. Now, before I get into this, I wanna remind myself what I want. And in the past few months, since getting my first job, I've thought a lot about this, right? I wanna be happy. Most people wanna be happy. Well, what brings you happiness? Why don't I just abandon my student loans, move into the woods, and ignore all my responsibilities? This works for some people, but I'd like to have a family. I'd like to, provide for my soon-to-be wife. I'd like to have kids and travel and explore the world and live an exciting and adventurous life and participate in society. Unfortunately, you need money for all these things. And I'd also like to develop the ability to do what I want, where I want, when I want. So you need money to do that. And that's fucking cringe to say, but it's true. This is not something that's easily accessible, right? To do that. For most people, they work the standard 9 to 5 and then they fucking die. And paying off these student loans, it's important to remember, building wealth, the goal is not to accrue a bunch of money and then develop a big ego and fucking kill myself and hate life. The point is to have more freedom to do exactly what I want, when I want, where I want. That's fucking cringe, but it's true. So what is my net worth? Right now it's minus $40,000. I got paid $2,000 this week, and groceries, gas, car repair, whatever. And I'm only up $1,000. But for the end of the year, I'm projecting my end of year net worth is minus $27,000, which is pretty good because at the beginning of the year in February, it was minus $63,000. So we're going to pay off or increase our net worth by $35,000 this year. Super good, really great. And what does that look like? Well, I'm getting $191 in dividends each and every single month. I'm pretty heavily invested in United Health right now and TD Bank. I get paid about $50,000 after tax per year, and this amounts to about an income of $52,000. So about $2,000 in passive income. Now, bi-weekly, after paying everything I have to pay, I have about $200 left over, and I allocate that into a rainy day fund for car repairs and travel and wedding and RSP. It's not a lot, but we are projected to be getting raises here at the end of this year of 9% back pay and then another 9% raise for inflation. So that's going to be quite a lot more money to allocate towards these things. So if I were to just look at this and say, okay, let's assume that we get that 9% raise and then another 9% raise. Okay, good. Now we're making a little bit more money and we can maybe cool off a little bit on the rainy day fund, put a little bit more into our RSP. I'm actually backed off entirely on the FHSA right now just because we're trying to figure out maybe what we want to do long-term as a couple. Now, a bit about successes of the week. I have started to develop a website to track my net worth and look at my investments. There's a bunch of websites that already do this, Mint, Monarch, I think Copilot. It's all besides the point. I'm not really doing this to be like a marketable product. I'm just doing this to learn. I want to learn. Pure joy of learning. This is not necessarily monetizable. It could be someday, but it's just for the joy of learning. And I'm hoping to build in some more sophisticated analysis for my investments and my income to help me sort of achieve the things I want in life. There's other apps that do this, like I've said, like Monarch and Mint, but they don't exactly work the way I'd like them to. So I'm building my own. The other thing is I've been moderately consistent with YouTube, which is great. So I've been focusing a bit on self-improvement and actually reading this book called Feel Good Productivity, How to Do More of What Matters to You. Well, I'm actually listening to the audiobook right now because I drive an hour to and from work. So this is one way for me to self-improve. So the big takeaway, happiness isn't just a byproduct of success. It's actually the driver of it. So when you're enjoying the work you're doing, you're naturally more motivated. And that motivation then feeds back into more happiness and sort of creating this positive feedback loop. The book dives a bit into the psychology sort of behind this and shows you how happiness can massively influence your life and work. So I've been trying to read this book or listen to it, and it's been really, really good. And that's a bit about where I'm at this week. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Maybe next week you'll hear me fucking yelling about another subscriber. So if you do subscribe to the channel, thank you and take care. I'll see you next time.